Assalamu alaikum students. Uh, I'm Dr. Romana with your histology practical on esophagus. So let's start with it. Just for the purpose of revision, just recall that what is the general structural plan of the GIT canal. It is divided into four basic layers. They are mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa, serosa, and in certain places adventitia. Then under the heading of mucosa, what you are going to see in the histological picture of the viscera, you will see that you'll have to mention the epithelium, lamina propria, and the muscularis mucosa. Then in the submucosa, which is made up of dense irregular connective tissue, and it will be lying between the mucosa and the muscularis externa, having its own nerve supply plexus, which is called in the Meissner's plexus. Then coming over to the muscularis externa, usually in the digestive tube, the basic muscle pattern is in the form of inner circular and outer longitudinal. And the nerve plexus that is present in between the inner and the outer layers of the muscularis externa, that is inner circular and outer longitudinal layer, the nerve plexus that is present is called as the myenteric plexus and or the orbex plexus. Then coming over what will be the external lining? If the area or the viscera is covered with peritoneum, then it will be called as serosa because it will be having a single layer of simple squamous epithelium which will be called as mesothelium. And if there is no boundary wall by the squamous cells, simple squamous epithelium, and the connective tissue is lying loosely along with the blood vessels, adipose tissue, then that layer is called as adventitia. So in your lecture, which was taken by Dr. Fatma, you must have an idea of the general pattern. In this diagram, you can see that in the center white portion is the lumen. Then just the second layer is the epithelium. Then thin layer of connective tissue bounded by a single layer of smooth muscle, which is called as the muscularis mucosa. Mucosae. So, in the mucosa, three things that you have to identify. Number one is the epithelium, then the lamina propria, which is made up of loose connective tissue with blood vessels and lymphatics. Then is the third layer, which is a part of the mucosa, is the muscularis mucosae, which is a layer of smooth muscle fibers in which the smooth muscles are arranged in the form of inner circular and outer longitudinal. Then just below it, as you can see in the diagram, there is written S. So that is the submucosa, which is made up of dense irregular connective tissue along with blood vessels and its own nerve plexus, which is called as the Meissner's plexus. But under the light microscope, you cannot see the plexus. Then just outside it is the IC, which is the inner circular layer of the smooth muscles, and OL, which is the outer longitudinal arrangement of the smooth muscle in the layer of muscularis externa. And just outside it, you can see A. This means that this has got loose connective tissue along with blood vessels, adipose tissue, and there is no boundary wall of this squamous cell. So this is adventitia. This is actually the general arrangement of the different layers in GIT. And in today we are going to study esophagus under the same headings. Grossly, when you see the esophagus, it is actually a muscular tube which is extending from the oropharynx to the stomach. And the main function of it is to transport food material from the oropharynx to the stomach. And when you see the cross section, that is the lumen of the esophagus, grossly, you will see that its walls are collapsed. And this appearance is due to the presence of longitudinal mucosal folds with intervening grooves. And this is the gross appearance, but when you study this esophagus under the microscope, you will see that it is composed of 4 layers, or it has got 4 walls. Number 1 is the mucosa, and what you are going to see in the mucosa, again, number 1, epithelium. Just below it will be the lamina propria, and then the muscularis mucosae. Then just outside the mucosa you will see submucosa. Then the third layer is the muscularis externa, and then the fourth layer will be adventitia and the serosa. Let's study these layers in detail now. Now starting with the mucosa. In the mucosa, again I repeat, what will be the epithelium? The epithelium is stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. I have told you all those viscera which are exposed to the outside, they will be having stratified squamous epithelium. Stratified squamous, either keratinized or non-keratinized epithelium. So in case of esophagus, the epithelium is stratified squamous non-keratinized. Just below it will be the layer of lamina propria, which is actually consisting of fine connective tissue in which are found scattered lymphatic nodules. And in the upper and the lower third of the esophagus, the lamina propria will contain mucus secreting simple branch tubular glands, and these glands in the upper and the lower 1/3 of the esophagus are called as esophageal cardiac glands. So if you are drawing the upper portion or the lower 1/3 of the esophagus in your histological diagram, you are going to draw esophageal cardiac glands, which are actually simple mucus secreting branch tubular glands. Look back in your histology copy how you have drawn mucus glands in first year, and then you draw these simple branch tubular glands in the lamina propria. And what will be the name of these glands? They are called as the esophageal cardiac glands. Then just outside the lamina propria is the muscularis mucosae, which consists of smooth muscle fibers, and they are running mainly in the longitudinal direction. This coat is thicker in the esophagus than in any other part of the digestive tract. And this thick muscularis mucosae is responsible for the presence of longitudinal folds in the mucosa of the esophagus. So you should be knowing what is the importance of muscularis mucosae in case of esophagus. Then coming over to the submucosa, it is made up of dense irregular connective tissue along with blood vessels, lymphatics, and the nerve plexus, which is visible only under higher magnification, and that nerve plexus is called as what? Meissner's plexus. Now in case of esophagus, there are present mucus secreting branched tubulo-acinar glands, which are called as esophageal glands proper. So in case of submucosa in esophagus, you will have to draw few of the mucus secreting glands in the submucosa also, and the name of them is esophageal glands proper. While in the lamina propria, in the upper and the lower 1/3 of the esophagus, these glands are called as esophageal cardiac glands, but in the submucosa, they are called as esophageal glands proper. So the mucus which is secreted in by these glands will actually the main function will be to lubricate the mucosal surface of the esophagus. Now, just outside the submucosa is the layer of muscularis externa, which consists of inner circular and outer longitudinal muscle fibers. But there is some difference in the muscularis externa of the esophagus. In the upper part, the muscularis externa will be comprising of skeletal muscles only, while in the middle portion there will be skeletal and the smooth muscle, and in the lower one third only smooth muscles will be present. So this you have to keep in mind, that which part of the esophagus you are drawing in your diagram, whether you have to draw skeletal muscles if you are drawing the upper one third, and if you are drawing the middle portion, then you will have to draw skeletal as well as smooth muscles, and if you are drawing the lower one third, then only smooth muscle fibers. And in our histology lab we have got the slide of lower one third of the esophagus, so you will be drawing only smooth muscles. Then is the outermost layer, which is called as the adventitia, that is in the cervical and the thoracic part of the esophagus. It is surrounded by adventitia of the loose connective tissue containing blood vessel, nerves and lymphatics, while the abdominal part of the esophagus is covered with the serosa. So in this diagram on your right side, you can see that the esophagus, actually the mucosal layer is made clear. That is, it has got the epithelium. You can see the epithelium is stratified, squamous, non-keratinized epithelium. Then you can see just below it, the basement membrane is the lamina propria, which is loose, thin layer of loose connective tissue, along with few mucus secreting glands, which are called as the esophageal cardiac glands. Then the muscularis mucosae, you can see that it is thicker than any other part of the GIT, and it is the arrangement is of the smooth muscle is longitudinal in case of esophagus, responsible for the longitudinal fold. So in this slide it is clear, the mucosa, I hope the mucosa is clear to you: epithelium, lamina propria and muscularis mucosae. This slide is showing you the upper one third of the esophagus. Can you appreciate the epithelium in this diagram? It is multi-layered and it is called as the stratified squamous non-keratinized. Can you see the just below the basement membrane is the lamina propria with loose connective tissue, scattered lymphocytes, few lymphatic nodules, and the mucus glands and blood vessel. And what is these mucus glands called as? These are called as esophageal cardiac glands. Then just outside it, can you see the muscularis mucosae? It is thick, smooth muscle, longitudinally arranged, and in case of esophagus, it is the thickest one. Then just below it, you can see submucosa, which consists of dense irregular connective tissue, which is made up of collagen and elastic fibers, mucus glands. What will be these mucus glands called as? They will be called as esophageal gland proper. And just outside it, because we are discussing the upper one third of esophagus, you will see skeletal or the striated muscle, both arranged in inner circular and outer longitudinal arrangement. Then in the cervical and the thoracic region, because it is included in the upper one third of the esophagus, they are not covered with peritoneum, so the lining will be adventitia, which is loose connective tissue along with blood vessels and few fat cells. Now we are discussing the middle one third of the esophagus. Actually, students, the purpose of repeating it again and again is that it becomes clear in your mind पहले हमने अपर 1/3 किया, उसमें एपिथेलियम वही रहेगा, लेमना प्रोप्रिया भी वैसे ही रहेगा म्यूकस ग्लैंड्स के साथ, सब म्यूकोजा भी रहेगा, लेकिन मस्कुलरिस एक्सटर्ना जो है वहां पे सिर्फ स्केलेटल मसल्स होंगे. बट एज वी आर डिस्कसिंग द मिडिल 1/3 ऑफ द इसोफेगस, द एपिथेलियम विल बी stratified squamous, non-keratinized. Then the lamina propria will be containing scattered lymphocytes, few lymphocyte nodules, mucous glands and blood vessels bounded by the muscularis mucosae. So जब म्यूकोजा कर रहे होते हैं उसमें आपने एपिथेलियम लिखना होता है, लेमना प्रोप्रिया के कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स लिखने होते हैं और मस्कुलरिस म्यूकोजी के लिखने होते हैं. Then coming over to the submucosa, it is dense irregular connective tissues में collagen fibers, elastic fibers हैं और वहां पर भी mucus secreting glands हैं जिनका नाम है esophageal gland proper. अब जो मेन डिफरेंस है that is in the muscularis externa layer. It has got striated muscle, that is skeletal muscle, as well as smooth muscles. They are intermingled because when we are discussing the middle 1/3, but the arrangement is the same, that is inner circular and outer longitudinal. This area is lying in the thoracic part of your body, so it will be devoid of peritoneum, and so the outer lining will be adventitia. So in this slide you can see that it is the lower 1/3 of the esophagus. The mucosa is the same, that is it will be lined by the stratified squamous, non-keratinized, but slight changing towards the simple columnar will be taking place as it is approaching towards the stomach. So in the upper part of the lower 1/3, you will be having stratified squamous, non-keratinized, but it will be changing to the simple columnar epithelium as it reaches towards the stomach. The lamina propria will again have loose connective tissue with scattered lymphocytes, few lymphatic nodule, mucous glands. What are those called as? Esophageal cardiac glands. The purpose of repeating it is that you should label your diagrams properly. Otherwise, I will not check your assignments and your attendance won't be marked. Then coming over to the muscularis mucosae will be the thick smooth muscle which are longitudinally arranged. In the lower 1/3 of the esophagus, the muscularis mucosae, lamina propria and epithelium, they are the part of the mucosa. Coming over to the submucosa will be dense irregular connective tissue with collagen and elastic fibers and mucous glands which are called as the esophageal glands proper, and along with blood vessel and nerves plexus is called as Meissner's plexus. Then coming over to the muscularis externa, only smooth muscle will be present in the lower 1/3 arranged in the form of inner circular and outer longitudinal, while this portion that is the abdominal part of the esophagus will be covered with serosa. So the collagen and elastic fibers along with blood vessels and lymphatics will be bounded by a layer of simple squamous epithelium, that is the mesothelium, and that will be called as serosa. While the nerve plexus that is present in between the muscularis externa, inner circular and outer longitudinal layer of the smooth muscle will be called as myenteric plexus, that you are not going to see in the light microscope. So this completes your histology practical on esophagus. You will have to listen to this lecture, write the different layers of the esophagus, and then what are the differences, the name of the glands which are present in the different layer, that is in the lamina propria and the submucosa, and you will have to draw the diagram of the esophagus in on your copy within your practical time. You will have to send your diagrams within your practical period time, that is till 2:30 p.m. आपने डायग्राम बनानी है और डायग्राम बना के उसकी असाइनमेंट जो है वो आपने उसी दिन 2:30 बजे तक या ज्यादा से ज्यादा 3 बजे तक आपने मुझे ईमेल एड्रेस पे शेयर करनी है। इसके अलावा आपने रिटन सारा लिखना है कि ईसोफेगस की मुख्तलिफ लेयर्स क्या हैं, उसके क्या कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स हैं अपर, मिडिल और लोअर में, फिर जो ग्लैंड्स प्रेजेंट हैं लेमना प्रोप्रिया में उनको क्या कहते हैं, कौन सा पार्ट ऑफ द ईसोफेगस जो है वो कवर्ड है पेरिटोनियम से, कौन सा नहीं कवर्ड है। काइंडली कंप्लीट करके डायग्राम्स और प्रॉपर आपने बनाकर भेजनी है, वरना मैंने आप लोगों की अटेंडेंस बिल्कुल मार्क नहीं करनी है। और इसके अलावा ये है कि विद इन उसी टाइम पीरियड में उसी दिन, जैसे सी बैच का प्रैक्टिकल है मंडे को, उन्होंने 3 बजे तक मुझे सबमिट करा देनी है मेरी ईमेल एड्रेस पे। और डायग्राम प्रॉपरली ड्रॉ करें, जब आप उसको लेबल करें, जो मैं आपके साथ पिक्चर शेयर करूंगी बिल्कुल उसी तरह से आपने उसको लेबल करनी है। उसमें एडिशनल आप अपनी चीजें ऐड कर सकते हैं। एक साइड पे आपने सिर्फ हेडिंग देनी है म्यूकोजा की और उसके तीनों चीजों के नाम लिखने। दूसरी साइड पे फिर आपने उनकी डिटेल बतानी है कि जैसे आपने एक ब्रैकेट लगा के म्यूकोजा लिखा है तो दूसरी साइड पे आपने उसका एपिथेलियम लिखना है, लेमना प्रोप्रिया लिखना है, मस्कुलरिस म्यूकोजी लिखनी है। फिर आपने जैसे राइट हैंड पे सब म्यूकोजा की हेडिंग दी है तो लेफ्ट हैंड पे आपने उसको डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन करना है किस तरह से, इसका कौन सा कनेक्टिव टिश्यू है, कौन से फाइबर्स आर प्रेजेंट हैं, कोई कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर है तो वो ऐड करना है। फिर आपने राइट हैंड पे दोबारा मस्कुलरिस एक्सटर्ना की हेडिंग देनी है और इनर सर्कुलर और आउटर लॉन्गिट्यूडनल लेफ्ट साइड पे जो टाइप ऑफ मसल्स प्रेजेंट है उनकी डिटेल लिखनी है। फिर इसी तरह राइट हैंड पे आपने एडवेंटिशिया को लिखना है या सिरोजा, जो भी आपका है। अगर वो बाउंड है एपिथेलियम से, सिंपल स्क्वेमस एपिथेलियम से, तो वो सिरोजा होगा, उसकी डिटेल आपने लेफ्ट साइड पे लिखनी है। प्रॉपरली लेबल करके डायग्राम्स आपने भेजनी है, अदरवाइज योर असाइनमेंट वोंट बी एक्सेप्टेड। आपने जो टंग की डायग्राम काफी बच्चों ने बहुत अच्छी सी बना के भेजी और कुछ लोगों ने बिल्कुल बोट शेप बनाई हुई है टंग। ऐसी टंग होती है कभी आपने देखी है? तकलीफ करके डिफोरेस्ट का एटलिस्ट खोलें और उसको अच्छी तरह से देखें और फिर आप ये भेजें। I hope this practical is clear to you. Okay, thank you for listening, and I hope you have understood this practical.